HipHop.com, the Reporter Newspaper Online.com. Look at all this knowledge you can't get in college. All this insight for your invite. A little wisdom to make you wise. And when you see stuff like this, you have to know I have somebody like that in the building. AkronHipHop.com, the Reporter Newspaper Online.com. And that's my man, Mr. Khemet himself, Kofi Khemet. Hey, thanks for coming, baby.
My pleasure.
Hey, man, I appreciate you being here, man. I love the way when you come through, you always bringing some treats and goodies. But I got a question.
Go ahead.
Let's just go right through it. Is it possible to have black consciousness and be a Christian at the same time?
Absolutely.
Explain.
Well, when I was young, I didn't think it was possible because I thought of Christianity as a foreign creation that was brought into Africa and used to oppress the people. However, over the years, what I've learned is that Christianity originated in Africa, and the oldest Christian nation on the planet is the country of Ethiopia. And it just happens to be the country that I have learned over time that's where I originate from.
You come from Ethiopia. You're Ethiopian.
I died in the war, Ethiopia.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I'm from your last name. So you say it's definitely possible, right? So is there any myth, any seriousness to the fact that we know and bear witness that Christianity was used as a tool to oppress us here as slaves?
Well, yeah. It's been used against us, but a lot of things that we created have been used against us.
My man, Pastor Ukali White says, how can Christianity be a white man's religion and Jesus was black himself? That's what he said. I said, you can't argue with that if you believe in the whole Jesus factor.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you can't even,
That's a fact.
But speaking of that, some other stuff to believe in, you brought some treats, man. So I'm just going to point. What's this book about, brother?
Justifiable Genocide. That's a 7-volume work. That's volume 1 there. That book was created after the assassination of Trayvon Williams. What's his name?
Martin.
Trayvon Martin, my bad.
That's all right.
Trayvon Martin. And the reason I created that 7-volume series is because a lot of people were befuddled as to how could this happen in America. And so what I wanted to do is to put together all the information that they would need to be able to understand from point A to point B how that all came about. And in order to do that, you have to go all the way back to jolly old England. Because if you go back to jolly old England, you see the scene here on the front?
Right.
That's a scene from a depiction of what they call a, not a tarring and feathering, they called it drawing and quartering. So we all have seen pirate movies, and they talk about, I'll have you keel hauled, I'll have you drawn and quartered, but nobody knew what it meant.
Right.
Well, this is what it means. This is like not the last phase, but this is like the middle of being drawn and quartered. And so when they said drawn, that means that they would tie you by your arms from the rail attached to the back of a horse, and they would drag you from Westminster, where they had tried you for treason, and drag you all the way around the river over the London Bridge, and bring you up inside the Tower of London, and there you would be drawn the rest of the way. And that's what they're doing here. They're cutting open his bowels and they're drawing out all of his intestines. But
wow,
they do that after they hang you. So you've heard the phrase, you should be hung by the neck until dead?
Right.
That's because sometimes they didn't do that. They would just hang you from the neck until you pass out. So if you didn't pass out from being dragged behind that horse, then you were going to pass out
from the hanging.
They hang you until you pass out. Then they would lay you out, or like this case, put you on a ladder. Then they would go ahead and cut you open, draw out your entrails. After you woke up, they wait for you to wake up first because they want to enjoy your pain.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's sick, bro.
Well, but it's a cultural thing. It's just a cultural thing. It's part of the.
What culture did that?
In this case, you're talking about England, but it was all throughout Europe.
Wow, man.
This kind of thing went on. So now, once they finished drawing your entrails out, then they tie your legs and your arms to 4 different horses. And then they have them go in different directions. That's the quartering part. They split you actually not into 4 parts, but actually into 5, because the head gets left by itself. and then they take that part, stick it on a pike, and they will put that on the side of London Bridge. And that's why everybody was happy when London Bridge fell down. That's how they came with the song, London Bridge is falling down. It's a children's thing. Everybody loves it.
I don't know the song. Why don't you sing it?
London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
I'm just playing. Hey, man, real quick, man. So, who wrote these books? Who wrote this book?
This is written by Dr. Akhenaten. This book was edited by Dr. Akhenaten. It's a number of different authors that put together a variety of articles that talk about this whole history, starting off in England and then coming over here to America.
So it's a lot of books and everything. Real quick, we know this book. Touch on that book one more time for us.
Okay, this is the one on. This is the basic version, the poster version of Ohio's Black athletes. These I use with my youngest children, particularly ones that are having difficulties reading and writing, or maybe they come from a different country and don't speak English even. They can all enjoy this book because it doesn't have a lot of words, but it does have a way where they can become involved with the material by actually coloring the drawings that I've created and put inside the book.
So it's like an activity book in 3D.
Yeah, it's like an activity book in 3D.
Mm-hmm. You see, that's good. That's good work. And you're the author of that book.
This is a book that I've authored. Yes.
And that's great, man. So if anybody want to get involved, how can they get involved in getting on your book?
Somebody, in terms of ordering.
Yes, sir.
In terms of ordering, you want to go to our website, www.blackfacts.org. That's BLAKFACTS, and that is not a misstatement. There is no C in my black, like there's no cream in my coffee.
You better say it, black man. So look, Black Facts right here. Is that that's how? No,
just like that. Yes.
Okay, now go ahead and tell me about this one. Look, this is interesting, man. It says, where is it? Who are the Moors?
Right.
Got some Nubians on there. Look, they look like descendants of continental brothers who walk back and forth. Who are the Moors?
Well, the Moors are black. It's just another name for black folks. You know, we've been called by many different names:
right.
Ethiopians, Moors, Negroes, etc. But time after time, when you go back to it, especially in terms of our encounter with Europeans, it all had to do with the color of our skin. And so Moors were a name used for black people that were found all over Europe. Some of the most famous ones include, oh my God, what is that man's name? Saint, I can't call his name right now. But there's a number, Saint Maurice. Saint Maurice. And so there's a number of towns named after Saint Maurice all over Europe, in France, Germany, not so much England, but all over continental Europe.
Well, listen, man, anything you need to say upon leaving?
Yeah, you best be believing that even though I'm leaving you with some knowledge. And knowledge, as we already know, is what?
Powerful.
You know what I mean?
And he got the knowledge you can't get in college, a little insight for your invite, a little understanding from your planning. Hey, I'll beat you this time. Feel me before they kill me,
man. As long
man.
as we in the room, we can't be beaten. We shall never be defeated.
You better say it. Feel me before they kill me, baby. Thank you, Khemet.